Having extended 15 invitations to Chinese President Xi Jinping for a visit, he said that President Xi will feel right at home during his upcoming visit. The bilateral free trade agreement will witness a new chapter of cooperation. He emphasized that the friendship between the two nations originates from the hearts of their people. Before President Xi Jinping's visit to Serbia, President Aleksandar Vučić of Serbia sat down for an exclusive interview with Leaders Talk. Stay tuned.
关注国际焦点，洞察世界风云，欢迎收看本期高端访谈，我是张颖。这里是塞尔维亚首都贝尔格莱德，多瑙河与萨瓦河再次汇聚，东西方文明再次交融。这座拥有悠久历史的城市，有着不屈的精神。5月的贝尔格莱德，春意盎然，五星红旗迎风飘扬。塞尔维亚政府正在为中国国家主席习近平的到访做最后的准备。总统武契奇在百忙之中接受了总台高端访谈的独家专访。从2016到2024，两国领导人再度聚首，有哪些事情值得期待？又有哪些合作项目会落地开花？中塞双边关系又将迎来怎样的发展新机遇？欢迎走进本期高端访谈，让我们一起在对话中寻找答案。Mr. President, it's indeed a great honor to have experienced President Xi Jinping's historic visit to Serbia in 2016 right here in Belgrade. Personally, I feel immensely proud to have the opportunity to witness this occasion once again. Could you share what personal significance this reunion holds for you, considering the 8-year gap since the last meeting in Belgrade?
I still remember almost every single detail from his great visit in 2016. And I remember our lunch at that Smederevo resort. He showed how humble he was and how modest he was and so helpful to Serbia. If you remember, at that time we had a huge problem regarding maintenance and prosperity, alleged prosperity of steel mill. Because we were losing huge amounts of money, and then we went together to the factory, and our friend and our brother Xi Jinping promised to people that he would have resolved this issue, and he has resolved, as a matter of fact, that issue, and still we have 5,000 people employed there, which means at least that he saved more than 10,000 jobs, 10,000 families. That's just, I dare to say, important, but just one milestone of our friendship. And then he helped us in all different fields. And if you ask me what I can say about his visit, you know, I did so many preparations through all different social, economic, and political spheres that I don't know how to start and how to end, and where to start and where to end, because from growing tourism cooperation, from establishing new direct flights between China and Serbia, to industrial cooperation, to infrastructural works, to new technologies, to everything else that we like to see President Xi, because we consider him as a true friend. And you'll see dedicated approach and a real love from Serbian people, because China has always been on the side of international public law, always being supportive to us, as we have always been supportive to China. I believe this visit will create beautiful opportunities for Serbian people. Regarding Belt and Road Initiative created by President Xi, we found ourselves in the middle of that way, and we tried and still striving to find our own happiness within that initiative. And we are very happy that we became a part of that initiative. And a big friend is coming to Serbia, and I'm honored and privileged to hosting him together with 2 European countries, and I hope that he'll feel at home here in Serbia. And you know, when you ask us something about previously Hong Kong or today Taiwan, we always have very simple simple responses, because everybody else immediately start creating a big philosophy of their responses. You know, with us, everything is very simple, because we know what is the UN Charter, we know how should at least international public order work, and we know that we have a friend. And that's why we always easily say, well, Taiwan is China, full stop, and we believe that President Xi will take care of Taiwan in a very proper way in the future, in a way he wants, in a way Chinese people want.
June 19, 2016, a day still vivid in the memory of President Aleksandar Vučić. During President Xi Jinping's visit to Serbia, he visited the Smederevo steel mill. Built in 1913, this steel plant once contributed 40% of the local fiscal revenue and was known as the pride of Serbia in its glory days. However, in the late 1990s, declining competitiveness pushed the plant to the verge of closure. In 2016, under the framework of the Belt and Road Initiative, China's HBIS Group started investing in the area. The Smederevo steel plant, which had been hemorrhaging money for 7 consecutive years, finally saw a glimmer of hope. Not only did this century-old factory quickly turn losses into profits, but it also regained its glory in a short period of time. In 2018, the steel plant produced 1.77 million tons of steel, setting a record high in its 105-year history, with revenue reaching $1.05 billion, becoming Serbia's largest exporter and earner of foreign exchange. 8 years after President Xi's last visit to the plant, local people still believe that revitalizing a factory and rescuing a city represent the true essence of China-Serbia cooperation, telling a beautiful story of friendship between the two countries. Just recently, 30 Serbian employees from the HBIS Group Smederevo steel plant wrote a letter to President Xi Jinping, introducing the recent development of the plant and expressing gratitude to him. On April 29, President Xi replied to them. In his letter, he said to the steelworkers, "The development of the steel plant cannot be separated from the hard work and dedication of the employees. You have made the steel plant develop rapidly with your diligent work, and you have continued to write new chapters for the China-Serbia ironclad friendship."
I was very happy because the president of China read our letter from Smederevo, from worker of steel plant. I'm thinking it doesn't happen, but it's true. This whole process is inspiring to me to sign this letter to President Xi and to say, please come one more time to say what we are doing and to say we are very happy for this result in this past 8 years.
After they arriving and starting with investment, the people realize that there is a bright future. There is a light inside of the tunnel. So all of us were happy.
So what has been the reaction of various sectors in Serbia to the visit of the Chinese president? And how do you perceive this overall sentiment within Serbian society and the government regarding this visit?
We are doing a lot of preparations. We have many dreams. When you run the country, you have big aims, high dreams. You need to put your new targets always. And if we can reach these new aims, new targets, new goals, the best possible partner for that has always been, and it will always be, People's Republic of China. And it's President Xi, because President Xi, he keeps his word. I see him as just a regular, humble, modest man, but which is not promising a lot, but when he promises something, then he fulfills that. I cannot tell you whether we had bigger preparations in our railroad sector or overall infrastructural sector or industrial sector, economy sector, or tourism sector or whichever sector, or cultural sector, because there are thousands of things that we can and we should learn from our Chinese friends. But let me say, it's a big visit, and now we are going to be, after today, we are going to be fully devoted to that visit, and I believe that we'll be able to deliver the very best results for the benefit and for the sake of Chinese people and Serbian people as well. And there is one very important thing. The free trade agreement that we signed in Beijing, that's a big deal for us, because now we reached 6.1 billion overall trade exchange between our two countries, and I believe that we're gonna double or triple within 10 years, this, or even more than that. By this free trade agreement, this is very possible, and I believe this will open new doors, new gates for better cooperation even in the future.
Is it true that by December we're gonna be able to take the train to Subotica?
I believe that Chinese company is really amazing. They work in 3 shifts, which you can see very rarely in today's Europe. They're doing a terrific job, and they're going to finish their job till the end of September, early October. Then you have those fast speed tests, which will be done by Deutsche Bahn and some others. Important for the citizens of Serbia, and not only Serbia, to travel from Belgrade to Subotica within 1 hour, 15 minutes, which is amazing, which is great. You can, you know, if you go from the city center of Belgrade to the city center of Subotica, you need at least 2 hours by car, even if you drive very fast. But this 1 hour, 15 minutes, and enjoying the landscape, enjoying beautiful Chinese trains and everything else. As you can see, you cannot even mention all good news, all different spheres, all different fields of our cooperation. But this is something that we dreamt together from 2015, and now these dreams are coming true. I'm profoundly grateful to President Xi and our Chinese friends.
In October 2023, President Vučić led a large government delegation at the Third Belt and Road Forum for International Cooperation in China. The China-Serbia Free Trade Agreement was one of the important documents he hoped to promote during the visit. On October 17, the China-Serbia FTA was officially signed, becoming the first free trade agreement signed between China and a Central and Eastern European country. Negotiations for this agreement began in April 2023 and were officially completed in September, taking only 5 months. Such efficiency fully demonstrates the high level of political mutual trust between the two sides. The first bridge built by Chinese companies in Europe is in Serbia. The first highway in Europe constructed by Chinese companies is also in Serbia. The first European order for Chinese high-speed railway, the Hungary-Serbia Railway, starts from Belgrade. For President Vučić, the slew of precedents and firsts is inseparable from pragmatic cooperation between the two countries and is deeply rooted in the ironclad friendship which has withstood the test of time and numerous trials.
Dobrodošli u Beograd i Srbiju, predsjedniče Kine Xi Jinping, neka živi naše prijateljstvo dve zemlje.
Dobrodošli u Srbiju. Wai Zongo.
Dobrodošli u Srbiju.
Can you elaborate on the progress made since President Xi's last visit? How do you evaluate the current state of bilateral cooperation, particularly in economic, culture, and diplomatic spheres?
Let me define it this way. At that time, we were discovering each other. Now we know that there is a real friendship that's been established since then, and that we developed substantive trust between the top leadership of both countries. But I believe that there is a big change. We have never had anything against Chinese, never ever. But now we like and we love Chinese people here. And we have nothing bad to say about our cooperation with China and Chinese state and Chinese people. There were thousands of attempts from outside of the country in order to persuade us, to convince us that taking loans from China will create a dubious situation for fiscal system of Serbia. But as you can see, an average public debt to GDP ratio in Europe now is 89.5% and in Serbia is 47%. We have no problems. We have always been cooperating in a very best manner with China. And let me respond to your question. Apart from creating this trust and confidence in each other's decisions, in each other's behavior within international public political arena, we developed our economic ties, trade ties, and now it's time to go to another stage. It's strategic partnership, or how do we see a common future together? And at the same time, it's also about people connecting to each other. That is, I believe, our task. And we expect more Chinese people to come to Serbia. I believe they feel at home here, and we like them, and hope that this will bring more initiatives, different kind of initiatives, more businesses, but more tourists, more people that would get to know many things about Serbia, Belgrade's history, cruising from Hungarian border to Romanian border, through the most beautiful parts of Danube, including beautiful gorges and canyons and everything else. And there are thousands of other things to be visited in our country. And I believe that will create this kind of friendship, but not only friendship, it's more than that. It's something when your people feel at home, when they feel the other country as their own, that's another step, another level, which I believe that after this visit to presidency, we'll be able to reach and to achieve.
Could you provide insight into any new collaborations that will be initiated during President Xi's stay?
I have many ideas. I cannot say something, in advance than to make a big surprise for people that were getting ready this visit. There are many things to be discussed, and there are many things that, there are many ideas that we should, in a way, move towards better results in the future. And I believe that President Xi will have some surprises as well. I'll have surprises for him. And but I cannot go public without letting him know. That's what serious people don't do.
Okay.
I was doing my best always to tell you the truth. You know how many times I was asking President Xi to come to Serbia since 2016? I was asking him exactly in different forms, face-to-face, telephone conversations, letters. I was asking him to visit Serbia 15 times, and I cannot explain to you how happy I am. Even emirates during these difficult times for my country. This is something that I expect with a lot of joy, hope, and happiness for my people and for my country. It's not only the fact that you appreciate, that you respect the most powerful leader in the world. It's about meeting a friend. I dare to ask him just regular questions. I speak to him like person to person in a way that I feel. And he is so regular, so down to the earth man, and you can learn a lot, you can hear a lot, and I'm jubilant to see him and to exchange views on different issues.
Beyond the formal handshakes and serious talks, how do you intend to roll out the red carpet for this old friend from afar? Secrets?
No, it's you can see everything on my face. My face expression shows everything. This visit is coming in the very right moment. I have many things to talk, many things to discuss with President, and hope that he'll be in a good mood and hope that he'll feel at home here in our country. And here he's going to see people that are profoundly grateful to him, to China, that are happy because of our cooperation. You cannot hide it. You cannot lie anyone on this. And it's not about only leadership, it's about these vibes and this energy that's been conveyed and transferred to the people's level. And that is of an utmost importance. And I hope that people in China will see how President Xi is popular here. How somewhere far away from Beijing, Shanghai, or whichever city you take, there are people that respect their country, that appreciate their country, that love their country and their top leadership.
The upcoming visit is anticipated to attract considerable global attention. How do you hope this visit will contribute to promoting peace, stability, and cooperation on the global stage?
My specific message is that I am very happy. For me, it's a visit of an utmost importance. Everybody now put in an entire world, doesn't matter what they say publicly, they all put many hopes in President Xi's initiatives in bringing peace in today's world, to tell you the truth. And I know it quite well, because I speak to everybody. President Xi is a president, he's a person that can, one of the very rare people in the world that can really contribute to finishing some wars and establishing a long-lasting peace. And I urge all the others to listen more to President Xi's words, do some concessions in order to make some compromises, because our common denominator interest for everything is, at the end, calm, peace, and tranquility.
The Serbian state banquet is just like a big secret for us. What's on the menu? Any particular local wines lined up?
Yeah, I believe that you know, whatever I proposed, they changed 3 times.
Oh, okay.
But there will be Serbian food. There will be Serbian food, and I'll serve one special bottle of wine to President Xi, because I will present Serbian wine. And I believe, you know, now we have this free trade agreement, and every single year it will go minus 20% this custom fees, which means within 5 years we'll have to pay no fees in order to export our wine to China. Our wine, it's not cheap, but it's not that expensive as it is, let's say, in France, Italy, and some other countries. But price-performance speaking, it's good. And I would like to present some very good wines.
Some unique, like Prokupats.
Yeah. I see that you followed. I see that you followed what I was saying on this. There are two actually indigenous varieties of Serbian grapes, which is Grašac and Prokupats. But there are some international grape varieties that I would suggest as well. But the president will choose. I'll serve everything. Not the waiters, not you know, protocol guys. I'm gonna serve him. This wine. I believe he's gonna like it. Good wine. Thank you.
To express the mutual anticipation of both sides for President Xi's visit. So us, together with Portugal, Serbia, we issued this commemorative stamps. And this the number 577 should belong to you. 陈酒未醇，老友情深。采访中，武契奇总统对塞中关系和两国高层交往的高度评价令我印象深刻。中塞之间的深情厚谊可以跨越山海。我们相信，随着习近平主席的到访，两国关系将会越来越春意盎然。感谢您收看本期高端访谈，我是张颖，我们下期再会。